mathematicians. Today we are going to start chapter 3 and we are going to look at relations, parts of functions. So a relation is a set of ordered pairs. So today they're going to give us a set of ordered pairs and we want to represent them as a table, a graph, and a mapping. Right. So they gave us the ordered pairs. Now to make our table, we have my x values and my y values. The x values are the first number. The second value is the y value. So when I list this, this is going to be x, which is 1, and y, which is 2. So I'm going to put that in the table. The next part of the table, I'm just going to put this point. So x will be -2. Y will be 3. X is 0, and what will y be? -3. So rewriting that in a table. Next, we need to graph those, and you have done this before. So here's my graph. Our coordinate plane. When I graph, I'm going to start in the center, which is the origin, and this is the point 1, 2. So 1 to the right, 2 up. Plot my point. This time, where am I going to move first? 2 to the left and 3 up. 2 to the left, 3 up. And my last point, how will I move? 0 right or left, and -3 tells me to go down. The last thing we need to do is mapping. So I'm going to have these ovals here. And when we do a mapping, our x values go in the first one, y values in the second. I'm going to list my x values, and I'm not going to have any repeat. If there's any repeaters, I'm not going to list them twice. So I have 1, -2, and 0. If for some reason I had one that came up twice, I'm not going to list it twice, but I didn't. Now list our y values. What are the y values? 2, 3, and -3. The last thing we need to do is we need to draw a line pairing the 1 to the 2. So those go together, so I'm going to draw a line pairing those. -2 goes with 3, so I'm going to pair those. And 0 goes with -3, so I'm going to pair those. Okay. Draw a line from the x value to its corresponding y value. So let's take a look at this next one. Here's a set of ordered pairs. We are going to first, they're listed as ordered pairs, so we are going to make a table. Then I want you to make a graph. And lastly, a mapping. Try this one. Let's see how you did. In my table, our XY table, what's the first one we listed? -4 and 8. The next one, -1 and 9. The next one, -4 goes with 7. And 6 goes with 9. When you graphed this, -4, so I go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go up 8, plot a point. But the next point, how do you plot this one? To the left 1 and up 9. The next one, -4, 7. And how do you graph the last one? 6, and then where? Up to 9. There's the graph of those points. The last thing you had to do was the mapping. Okay. So my x values were -4, -1, and I'm not going to relist this one because it's already there, and 6. My y values were 8, 9, 7, and do not relist this one. Why? It's already in there. So go ahead and connect. -4 goes to 8. -1 goes to 9. -4 goes to 7. So I'm going to go back to this -4, and it's going to have another arrow coming out of it. And 6 goes to 9. So some of them here have 2 arrows leaving. The 9 has 2 values going with it because there are 2 9s here. Nice job. The last thing we need to talk about are inverses. Inverses just mean switch the coordinates in the ordered pair. So if I have the point 1, 2, switch it and make it 2, 1. Okay? So express the relation as a set of ordered pairs. Then write the inverse. So in your mapping, yours was 2, 3, 5, and 6. -4, -7, -8. And it asks you to write it as an ordered pair. So when I look at the 2, this is my x value and my y values. The 2 matches with the -4, so there is an ordered pair. What's our next ordered pair? 3 goes with -4. 5 goes to -7. And lastly, 6 goes with -8. Now when you find the inverse, what did we say you had to do to find the inverse? All you have to do is switch them. So 2, -4, we switch and becomes -4, 2. How about the next one? 3, -4 becomes -4, 3. 5, -7, -7, 5. And lastly, 6, -8, -8, 6. Rewrite the mapping, match the ones that go together as an ordered pair. To find the inverse, just switch those coordinates. Nice job today, mathematicians.